Hi, Dr. Katie here. Today I'm going to talk a bit about the importance of establishing boundaries. This is a topic that comes up more times than you would think in consults that I have on a variety of subjects, whether it is a mental health consult or whether it's just someone talking about life stressors or diabetes. Establishing boundaries so that you can engage in self-care is important. And it can be hard. It can be really hard. I know for me, I am a people pleaser. I like to help other people, which is a good quality to have. But sometimes that can be me putting other people's needs first, which is great. But if it depletes you and then you don't have anything more to give, or if it depletes you and it can get to a point where you are exhausted, that's not such a good thing. So how do you live an other-centered life, but also make sure that you think of your own needs? And I think that you have to weigh it out, and that is where establishing boundaries really fits in. So it's good to help other people, but only to a certain extent that it doesn't become detrimental to your own personal well-being. So if you have a mental or physical health condition, you need to take that into account. You need to know yourself. If you have other people that you're caring for, like kids, or you're the carer for a loved one, like a spouse, it's so important to look out for their needs, but at the same time, it's also important to look out for your own needs. So again, like, where do you establish the boundary? So there's a few things that I use to help me establish boundaries in my life. The first is, it's really important to be self-aware. What does that mean? It means tuning into your own thoughts and feelings, your own barometer for wellness, to understand what your limits are. Everybody has different limits in terms of what they can give to others and to themselves, in terms of the amount of sleep that they need, the amount of time they need to be engaging in self-care. So being self-aware, it's something that you can increase as you tune in to your thoughts, your feelings, how you're physically feeling as you go throughout your day, to understand what you need. And I guess in tune with that, it would be, or in line with that would be, making sure that as you are increasing your self-awareness, you're also tuning in to how you're thinking and feeling. That's an important part of that. So, and understanding, being self-aware and understanding your needs is important when it comes to engaging in self-care. Prioritizing your own self-care, it should be a priority. It is not a selfish thing. So I think that's kind of the second thing when you're trying to establish boundaries in your life, is understanding what you need to do to be well, the wellness rituals that you need for your life. And it's important to rest, to have downtime, and again, that differs for different people. So if you are self-aware and you understand what that is for you, then you need to make time for those things, and you need to establish boundaries for that. So when you kind of have a bit better understanding of what your needs are, the next sort of step is actually and you know what your boundaries should be based off of being self-aware and understanding what you need for your own wellness. The next thing is to establish those boundaries. So how do you do that? Be direct, be honest, be open. Don't feel any sense of guilt for speaking up for your needs, because the better place you are in mentally, emotionally, and physically, the more that you have to give to be a positive change in the world or to support your loved ones. So It's important to be direct. Once you understand what your needs are and what your limits are, be honest about it. And if you have people in your life that don't respect those boundaries that you have, that is going to be an important thing to advocate for yourself. If you have relationships with people, friends that don't respect your boundaries, maybe it's time to evaluate those friendships. Maybe it's time to have a constructive, honest, and open conversation with them about what your needs are and what your boundaries are and why they're there. Someone who loves you will hopefully listen to you, and you can have a non-toxic conversation about those things. So just to summarize and recap, it's really, really important to establish boundaries in your life. It's important first to be self-aware, to tune into what your needs are, so that you know what your boundaries should be. And then once you're self-aware, go through the process of establishing the boundaries that you need to engage in self-care or to have healthy relationships. And when you do that, make sure that you're open and you're honest and you're direct about it, and don't feel guilty about needing to meet your needs. So this has been a little bit about establishing boundaries. More to come. Thank you.